how I use TikTok to make $150,000 a year. Now, this is one of my businesses. I have another business that is an agency model. And but most people think that TikTok is for like dancing, trends, memes, etc. And it's kind of crazy what I've been able to do with it. A lot of people are catching on to TikTok and they're using it for business. There's obviously a reason why YouTube and Instagram went down the short form vertical content way. But I've been able to attract clients, monetize like my knowledge. And again, that's what I'm going to go into in this video, attract clients, etc. So I'm going to break down everything in a step-by-step format. So I have made some notes that I'm going to follow because I do tend to ramble. I do tend to rant. There will be videos that I'm going to make that are going to be really almost like podcast form content where I'm just going to just talk, at length over some gameplay content. And it's just going to go deep into like philosophical stuff and stuff that I've experienced as a man. So point number one is you have to restructure how you think about search engines and TikTok and YouTube and all this. So the real money isn't really in the views. It is. A lot of people think that like, I want to monetize and just like make videos and collect money. It's actually what you do with the attention that it gives you. Okay. So like I have a consulting business. So that's what I use the TikTok side for. And I have a YouTube channel with the same thing. It's just, I use long form content over there, but I use TikTok to send the traffic to my consulting and coaching pages. Okay. And then I sell like a mini course sort of, because I don't really like to write books. I would rather just give people like the sauce in a kind of like a mini course. So creating those kinds of videos is really, really powerful and important over there. So it's not really that hard. But what I suggest people do, and again, like if you guys need my help with this, if you guys want me to help you, figure out where you want to go with this, absolutely let me know. Because again, I have two main businesses that I have, my agency and the consulting business. And the consulting is not in the agency space. It's not in the business space. It's in a completely different niche. So I've basically done this twice. So the first thing you want to obviously do is create valuable videos around a particular topic or niche. So I'm sure you guys know something. And if you don't, just pick something that's slightly like interesting to you. It can be philosophical content. Maybe you're a parent. Maybe you are a dad or a mom. Maybe you know a lot about video games. Maybe you know a lot about cars. Maybe you know a lot about food, recipes, cooking, whatever. Gardening. It doesn't matter. The first thing you need to do is obviously pick your topic and then use TikTok, YouTube, whatever you want. But I'm keeping this around TikTok to drive people to your expertise. And you have to think about making like 30 videos before one person will ever even contact you. Now, the cool thing about TikTok is it's super easy to film. Like I can film like 20 videos in a day, 30 videos in a day, because you just bang them out, just boom, boom, boom. The cool thing about TikTok as well, on top of what I just said, is like people on there don't really expect shiny, hyper edited videos. They actually like kind of down to earth, one-on-one conversation sort of videos. It's really cool over there. I like it. Whereas YouTube, a lot of people kind of have an expectation around it. But it is kind of dying off in terms of what people expect, because even podcast content works over here. So you want to have a strong call to action. Okay. So like you want to say, hey, pick up my course, pick up my books, pick up consulting calls, whatever you want. And then you can use lead magnets if you want to. You can use like a landing page, a free checklist, whatever you want. But remember, TikTok is a top of the funnel machine. It feeds your business. It's not the other way around. Okay. I want you to think about audience. So the ATM method is audience, trust, and then monetization. You're making videos so people will trust you. Okay. So number 2 is sell products and courses. I already kind of alluded to this a little bit. I like mini courses a lot. Ebooks are good. Strategy guides are good. Once people trust you, they're willing to buy your knowledge. Especially if your free content is really, really good and they really like you, they will buy from you, 1000%. So I think it's pretty much it. So the next one is high ticket clients. Now you can have kind of like what I like to have a kind of like a 1-2, like you can have like a really like low entry, like I said, a mini course, and then you can have a really high end product, like kind of like a done with you / done for you service. Like for my agency, for example, what I kind of do for them is I will do all of their marketing and like kind of show them how to like do what I do. Because I know as a business owner, they don't actually care about marketing. They don't give a shit about actually doing that. They just want clients to come through the door. So, I help them understand it. And then they're like, okay, you know what? I really want you just to handle this for me. But done with you, done for you, where you kind of take all of the work off of them, you can charge a lot of money for. So what you want to do with this is like, just position your content again around a very specific problem. So say it's a hyper niche business, like you can, like, I think I talked about like sandblasting. You can use, let's just talk about like fitness. What did I say? It was like fitness for busy moms. Okay. So fitness for busy moms. So make sure all of your content is basically hyper niched around that, because that is your avatar. And now you're going to get a lot of people who obviously don't fall into that, but you're going to get people that do. And when they do, they're going to be like, oh, this person, like, that's me. I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to work out. What does this person know? Then that person, because it's so tailored to them, will dive so deep into your content. They'll basically just digest everything. The more general it is, the less deep it goes. The more specific it is, the deeper it goes. Think of it like generalization is like a mile wide and an inch deep, whereas specificity is, maybe like a foot wide or 10 feet wide or whatever, but like miles deep. Okay. Because it literally, it's so tailored to them. So for my consulting business, I make the same sort of like 20 videos and with just different titles, like, over and over and over again. And I know that might sound kind of like weird or bad or whatever, but it's not. It's just nobody even follows you or watches you closely enough to even care. They're just like, oh, cool. Like another video. I like this person. So again, high ticket stuff is great. So you can use a small entry level thing and then a high ticket thing to help, expand your income even more. So again, it can be $1,000, it can be $2,000. Imagine like a done for you workout program with coaching support. And it can be like $2,000 every 6 months, right? Or every 3 months or something like that, because your time is very valuable and you're going to be so available to that person. It's got to be worth their while. So that's a very powerful way to do it. And then the entry level thing, like, could be a mini course, could be like $47, where you tell them exactly what to do, and give them the exact sauce and how to lose weight or whatever. Okay. So, point number 4 is repurpose content and save time. Okay. So let's say first of all, I batch videos like crazy, right? But say you do one long form piece of content, maybe on like YouTube or something like that, you can post all those on TikTok. I do recommend being on 2. I know this video is about TikTok alone, but like I do recommend being on 2. And it's just an easier way to batch. But again, you don't have to do that. I actually make a separate long form video on YouTube for people. Next thing is monetize. So monetization, again, comes in like many different ways. Again, coaching, consulting, you can do brand deals. You can do all kinds of things, guys. It's really not that hard. Some brands are really willing to pay a lot of money. Like, again, if you're like a chef or something like that, HelloFresh or something like that can be like one of your things. I don't know. I don't personally know anybody in that particular niche, but that's how I've done this. I've literally just attracted people to my page by making very specific types of content that they're really looking for answers to. And it's a very compelling niche that I'm in, because people really want the answer like right now, right? So that's one of the most powerful things you can get into. If you can find a niche that's really compelling emotionally, you're going to get lots of people who want to talk to you and get your answers. So that's pretty much what I did. And I know this, I'm trying to go as deep as I can without making these videos too long. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if you guys want a full like thing, just book a call with me and we'll talk about, and and by the way, if you guys want to see any kinds of like proof, I actually post that all on my Instagram, and everything that you need is in the description box. So you guys can literally check my Instagram. You can check my TikTok. That I'm not really posting too many videos on TikTok about this particular brand or niche, but I'm focused on YouTube for this. But that's one way that I was able to do that. So if you guys have any questions, I really want to connect with you guys. So put the questions in the videos. I will answer them. So let me know.